Breaking the target. This is just another way to break the confidence and the self-trust of the target, and to kill a little piece of the target every time they are tricked into believing a lie. From the target's point of view, he or she is living a partial lie all the time, a lie they can be drawn into by anyone around them. The breaking of reality purposefully in the world around the target ends up being a major catalyst in the target's breaking. Once it happens, it takes time for the target to heal and start regaining self-trust, and also regaining the ability to be able to trust in the people around him. At the beginning of these situations, they don't seem that bad. It's the cumulative overwhelmingness of it all that is truly acidic. It is deceiving in a mobile gulag. It gives hope because its target hope where none exists. I'll use trust as sort of video game power meter as an example. The target self-trust gets broken, so it's at 98 or 95% of its normal usage. He carries on, he builds it back up to 97% over time, with everything around it being normal for a short period of time. Another breaking of self-trust and attack happens from the people within the mobile gulag. Now the target is at 92% of normal self, because it drops 5 points from where it was before and it never got fully totally healed. Every time he starts to heal and tries to get back to complete normal, the attackers break the healing cycle. The target diminishes even more. At the same time, he realizes his ability to fight back starts to diminish in a very similar way. Eventually, the target is such a low level that he can no longer fight back like he could before. He now needs help. This is the point the target thought he could never be at. Target is now a complete mobile gulag prisoner, trying to break out of prison on his own. What is even worse is his inability to trust others in his broken condition, because isolation is desired by the mobile gulag, and his complete brokenness ensures his isolation. These mobile gulags happen more often than one would think, but there are a few things in a mobile gulag attackers or guards have in their favor. The first thing they have in their favor is this is a group attack where they take individual responsibility. This is dangerous because no one cares about the outcome of the target. Also, many people believe that it is individuals acting individually against a target and not in group form. So they do not even look for the possibility of group responsibility. The second thing that the group has in the Gulag's favor is most people don't seek out the truth. They guess and gather whatever seems right by who they like and the least imposing on their life. People do not want to believe they helped something evil happen. The Gulag attackers have this in their favor. This is why they want to believe that the mobile Gulag is benign, or is even helpful because a person deserves it, is crazy, is lying, and so forth. This also helps them ignore the possibility of the child abuse around and within the mobile Gulag. It makes them feel just as evil as the abusers, if they believe that they help the abusers get away with abusing children by attacking the target. Another issue is when children are abused by the Gulag guards to hurt the target psychologically. The only people who care are the abusers, the children, and the target. There is no one else but believes it is their responsibility to get involved. The target of a severe attack rarely acts normal or takes normal action within the attack. This is also what the Gulags have in their favor. Much of the idea of whether or not to help the target rests on whether bystanders or ignorant guards or attackers see the target as crazy, lying, or deserving. If the target acts abnormally, then the case for being crazy or deserving it increases by the bystander's point of view. But the target could be acting normal in an abnormal situation, which comes out looking abnormal to all those around him, because nobody knows how they would act in that type of situation. You can mold these gulags to the targets. What may work with one person may not work with another. So the bystander may not realize how the attack would be geared toward him or her if the attack would be changed on a different target. In these type of mobile gulags, people caught surprisingly is more often than most would think. The target or prisoner believes that someone will stop it eventually because it gets so bad. Because no one admits or sees the whole picture, no one sees a gulag as that bad or evil. They see the prisoner as weak or deserving what they are getting. Increasing mobile gulags versus constant mobile gulags. There are two sorts of mobile gulags. One is more likely to create other evil than the other. A constant mobile gulag, and two, the increasing mobile gulag. The increasing mobile gulag is the more dangerous one. The constant mobile gulag is defined as by a constant amount of stress with a constant amount of people involved. These attacks increase neither in severity nor consistency. These attacks stay the same through the whole attack. The increasing mobile gulags increase the gulag attack types, frequency, severity, and danger. This shows an ability and desire to get into the possible killing of the target, or the allowing or hurting or abusing of anyone in the attack, including the children that are helping the attack. So as far as I can tell, no constant mobile gulag has ever allowed children to be abused as part of the attack, whereas an increasing mobile gulag seems to push that to that level pretty often from the limited research I have done. Creating and finding attack weak points of a target. There are the mobile gulag attacks that help create the bars of the mobile gulags. All these bar creating actions can be done by themselves without the mobile gulag being created. But a mobile gulag is a mixture of many of these attacks and techniques. Some tactics are more accepted, used, and actually part of our normal discourse than others. Renaming and dehumanizing is the first one you really need to know about. Renaming and dehumanizing is when you call someone a vicious name in a group setting, trying to get people to ignore what he or she has to say. This name can be as bad as racist or sexist, like in today's America, crazy, or lying also. Or it can get as extreme as pedophile, rapist, or child abuser. Even though the target may be none of these. The group will use what names that seem credible enough they can get away with using on this particular target. Most of the time, people will believe it, or believe it enough that they're no longer willing to stick their neck out for the target and to help him or her. They can also see it as dangerous to help the target in a mobile gulag. If the mobile gulag group is seen as dangerous and powerful, or at least some people within that group are seen as dangerous and powerful. Some of the mobile gulag attackers may be sadistic and to hurt another party that's not the target, or also to gain a name for themselves to get people to fear them. These labels will also bring bystanders and other secondary attackers because of the renaming. The attackers and the bystanders will believe that the target deserves it. Redefining words is a second gulag attack that is easily witnessed. Redefining is a very similar thing to renaming, except it's not redefining the personal, it is redefining the words around them. Like redefining the phrase messing with, which usually means to do minimal annoying actions, but to also include rape or assault, which of course no one would include those actions in the definition of messing with. But because the spoken word is interpreted by the listener without truly understanding the definition of the speaker, the listener is not worried about the speaker's definition because predefined words are usually assumed between the two parties. So in a mobile gulag, the redefined word is not understood by all, but only a few in their true definitions, and those few are usually main attackers and secondary attackers. This works because we all assume everyone else sees the world and uses words the way we do, which makes communication really easy. Redefining the ways to apologize. The second type of redefining is redefining the ways to make amends or apologize. This is easily shown by shutting down 8,000 Starbucks stores and it still not being enough. It is more of a street justice look at apologizing than a desire for a true apology. Where people or businesses want to act compassionately and responsibly, they still get named racist, even though they've done all they can to try to make amends. Their predetermined apologies, which were before were enough, gets redefined to you need to do more. The predetermined leftist apology was also at one time teaching rate sensitivity if you're a business believed to be racist. This is no longer worth the same it was before, and now the ideas have been moved to a completely different belief in what real apology means. This redefinition of words and how to say you're sorry is meant to keep everyone playing by the rules of a mobile gulag. The targets, bystanders, and attackers are all made to feel inadequate. They cannot create their own rule book for their own life or their own business. They have to allow the rules to be made by someone else. This is part of the friend or foe technique later explained in the series of videos. And whoever makes the rules usually gets to win the game. So a mobile gulag, like a regular gulag, is technically a mind game, made to re-educate or break the target's spirit. But a mobile gulag is also made to re-educate the attackers and bystanders as well.